Netflix CEO Reed Hastings had some interesting things to say about the future of cable television, and believe it or not, yeah, he thinks that thing's dying pretty quickly. We've got the quote right here. So what Hastings is referring to here is that Nielsen is going to start measuring Netflix traffic next month. So he goes on to say it's not very relevant. There's so much viewing that happens on a mobile phone or an iPad that Nielsen won't capture. It's kind of like the horse. You know, the horse was good until we had the car. The age of broadcast TV will probably last until 2030. Okay, I mean, this seems pretty obvious. We've talked a bunch about this, that people are cutting the cord left and right. So my first question to you guys is, have you guys cut the cord yet? You're a cord cutter.
Done.
You have no cable.
None.
You're doing this all online.
I'm doing great.
And you're doing great.
Yes.
And your bill is down.
I don't spend $100 a month on cable.
Yeah. Now, Lewis, I know you're a big TV watcher and you're in the biz.
I spend far more than that on cable, and I'm not cutting the cord. It's different, though. I mean, I do have to watch everything. I have to be up on everything. I write about television, so I don't have the option yet of cutting the cord. At the same time, I think 2030 is like, I think we're actually going to see the end of broadcast well before that. I think it's coming faster than 2030.
Yeah, so to your point, I wanted to bring this up. So TV viewership dropped a full 50% between 2002 and 2012. And that's well before Netflix really, a lot of that, the first half of that at least, is really before Netflix really sort of picked up steam. So yeah, I'm with you. I think that this thing is going to happen way before then. I think it could happen maybe in 5 years or something. Do you miss anything? Do you feel like you've lost anything by not having access to the cable channels?
How much time I've spent just like skipping through channels looking for something to watch. And it's just, and then I'll find something and I'll be like, oh, that's fine. It's not like something I love.
Yeah.
And I think I have a lot more personal time now, and it's great.
Yeah. What about net neutrality? Because that, to me, is one of the biggest issues that we have going on today. You know, it's funny, Obama appointed a guy who was a telecom lobbyist to figure out the rules on net neutrality, and then, you know, what is it, 2 weeks ago, Obama said that he's for open and free internet, yet he appointed a guy to be in charge of it that's not, so another one of those things, as per our previous segment. But how does this make net neutrality that much more important? That if everyone's cutting the cord?
It's always been important, and we've always worried that, you know, once these telecom agencies, who also happen to be cable companies, are able to throttle Netflix even more, yeah, they're going to do it. So this is important. I mean, this is an outdated model, and we can even see that exemplified by Nielsen Ratings failing to include online numbers. And it needs to change, or it needs to die. One of those things is happening.
Yeah. So for someone like you who watches all this stuff, that your business is in this, and forgetting people that's business in it, there's plenty of people that watch a ton of TV that don't want to cut the cord. When this thing changes, you think the a la carte way of getting all your channels, so you'll just stop watching certain things?
I mean, I hope, yeah, I think that it's already happened. I mean, if you look at now, we can watch stuff on TV, on Netflix, on Hulu, on iTunes and Yahoo. I mean, there's actually, at this point, too much, and I feel like it's become, there's too much TV to watch, I would say.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna get to a point where people stop watching things just because there's so many options, start focusing more on a network they really like, or on a show they really like, and less on everything.
Right. Final thought on this. What are you guys watching these days?
I actually watch a lot of Netflix.
You watch a lot of Netflix? Like, give me like 2 shows that you're watching right now.
Well, I watched all of Orange is the New Black, like in one weekend, both seasons.
Yep.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm catching up on old shows that I either loved or I wanted to watch to begin with.
You're just watching Battlestar on loop, I know.
No, it's off Netflix now, Dave. It's been off since like November.
I'll do a little research into that. What are you watching these days? What do you recommend to our good people?
I just discovered The Cosby Show.
Oh no!
Guys, I just wanted to be a little controversial. No, I watch everything. I watch too much. Like I said, I watch everything, and then I wonder why I don't have a social life.
Parks and Rec.
You had to say Cosby.
Great.
Yeah.
You had to say Cosby.
I'm sorry, I wanted to open the door.
Well, that does bring me to one other thing that I think is kind of interesting, because one thing about, I do think there's something to be said for actual programming on these channels. Like there is something to be said for flicking without an appointment. You know what I mean? When you're just flicking on like a Sunday afternoon.
Is that the
and
word now?
Flicking, yeah, you're going dirty. Kim, why are you going dirty?
We just talked about squirting, so we're kind of in that.
Yeah, no, but when you're really like a Sunday afternoon and you're just flipping through the channels.
Right.
Not flicking, you're flipping through the channels and you just catch something as opposed to having to go search for it. I think we might lose a little something when that's
You definitely do, and I think that there's a reason why I prefer Golden Girls Marathon to getting my DVDs out. There's an element of kind of just, I'm going to let this take over. but we'll get used to it. You know, if I had the choice to pick the episodes I wanted to watch of like an 8-hour-long marathon, I probably would.
Yeah.
Once I got used to that idea.
Once you got used to it. All right. Well, we shall see. But the internet is here to stay, and hopefully net neutrality doesn't fuck the whole thing up, in case my feelings on that aren't clear enough.